What's going on, you guys? My name is Morgan and welcome back to another video. I hate making videos like this, but this is like the second rescue I've come across that has been absolutely horrible, and I feel like I have to. So here we go. So I ended up rescuing, through a rescue, the rescue helped me pull them, Chica, which I renamed her because I didn't like her name, Chica, and her babies. Well, our neighbors have been working with them as well before we started working with them, and they were asked to foster Mama Dog and her 4 puppies. What I realized after rescuing them and what went down with Demi is they don't like to take their puppies to the vet. So I begged them to take Demi to the vet and they refused, so I had to do it myself. And so we had recently, our neighbor came over and said, help, this puppy's dying, I don't know what to do. My neighbor brought me this puppy and he was in horrible, horrible shape. His skin was absolutely elastic. His gums were like white as a ghost, maybe a little bit of light pink, but he was in horrible shape. He had no like sense of where he was at. He had no, like, he just wasn't there. So I tried everything that I could and I texted the rescue, and I'll post my text here about everything that happened. And I texted the lady that runs the rescue, that owns the rescue, and I said, hey, this puppy needs a vet. I said, hey, this puppy needs a vet very, very badly. And she said to me, we're not gonna basically waste money and waste our resources to take the puppy to the vet because the vet is only for dogs who have ingested toxins or who are bleeding out. So I know this lady who fostered Dot before Dot. We adopted Dot because she was a baby at the time. She fostered Dot. So I've known her for over 10 years now, I believe, because Dot was 11 years old. I mean, Dot was, yeah, 11 years old before she passed. So I've known her, well, maybe no longer than that, because it's been a couple years since she's passed. I've known her for, let's see, $13 years now? I think that's right. So I've known her for 13 years and she's always been a great help whenever I have questions. So I texted her and I sent her all this information. I said, what the heck is going on? What is all this? Is this true? And the lady told me I can bring the dog to her and she will treat him as she's a vet tech. Okay, well, she's not. She actually works out of school. She is not a full-time vet tech. She's not a vet tech. She does not work for a vet. And I told this to the lady I know. Super sweet. She's so sweet. She's absolutely the best. And she said, well, it's illegal to send medication when the dog hasn't seen a vet, when it's not prescribed by a vet. So it's not prescribed by a vet to the dogs. The dogs have never been seen. So basically she refused to let the puppy go to the vet. And she said, the lady that I know, she said, you know, this is the most BS thing I have ever heard. I work at an ER, I run an ER vet, and they will see dogs at any time, especially when they're this lethargic and they won't move. I mean, this puppy's eyes were rolling in the back of his head. He was in horrible, horrible condition. So, and it just happened within a span of a few hours. So that's what I told her, and she said, well, have they ever seen a vet? They have never seen a vet. They refused to take them to a vet. The only time, this is not the first time, they refused to take them to see a vet. Their first rescue, they refused to take them to a vet. The only time they went to see a vet is when they got spayed and neutered. So they've never seen a vet. They've never been dewormed. And I told the neighbor, they have to be dewormed 2, 4, 6, and 8 weeks old. So I've been deworming ours because I have dewormer. I know a lot about puppies, so I've been deworming ours. I know they have to be dewormed 2, 4, 6, and 8 weeks old. So I told her this, and she's like, well, they've never been dewormed before. She's never sent us dewormer. Well, she packed a bunch of stuff to send to us. She sent trazodone, which is an anxiety medication. It's not a mock, it starts with an A. I can't remember what it's called. I got screenshots of it that I am putting in this video. She sent all these different medications that I even asked the lady I know. I said, what are all these medications? You can Google them, but I feel better knowing from a vet tech or for an actual vet what these medications are. And she said, do not give them these medications. It makes no sense why she sent them to you. She sent a saline bag with an IV, and she also said, do not give the puppy saline unless you've been instructed otherwise by a vet. So she said, do Pedialyte, but you have to do it orally, do not inject it. So none of it. She sent a saline bag with IV and saline end bag. And she sent all this other stuff that it makes no sense for a puppy to need, or for mama dogs to need. It makes absolutely no sense. And when I told them what was going on with Demi, she just like brushed me off and said, you could do a fading puppy package, but that's all I can help you with. And I really knew what that was because Zeus's breeder sent me with a list of instructions on stuff I could do for fading puppies, for stuff for diarrhea and stuff like that. So that's the only reason I knew what to do before she even said anything. But it's absolutely insane. This is another horrible, horrible rescue. And oh my gosh, this is probably one of the worst rescues I've ever worked with, aside from the Beeson family rescue that happened with Olivia and Cookies and Cream. And I've worked with a few shelters. I've worked with a few rescues. I worked with Operation Pets Alive with Ruby, and they were up there being not really caring because of what happened with Ruby and the comments they made during the situation. But this one, and Olivia's, takes the cake on the worst absolute rescue I have ever worked with. I just can't believe what the heck is going on with these rescues. And everybody talks so much about how breeders are so horrible, and then I want you to take a look at these rescues and what they are doing to these dogs and these fosters. And this is why I will never foster for another rescue again. I will do it myself, but I will never ever go through another rescue again because of what they've done and what they put me, my neighbors, through, these puppies. It is the absolutely most ridiculous and stupid. It is so stupid. I just can't even comprehend why they do something like this. What the point of it is. It's just so stupid. So I will never foster for another rescue ever again. I will never work with another rescue ever again. I have not found a good rescue that I respect and would work with. I'll probably start my own kind of like rescue foster foundation, like I'm doing with Mama and her babies. But I will never work with another rescue again. I am more than happy to pull puppies and their mamas out. But after what Olivia did to Zeus, I can't work with older dogs with everything going on and all the dogs I have, because Olivia actually attacked Zeus and punctured his head. So I can't do bigger dogs or older dogs unless they're, we take our puppies up there or take our dogs up there and know that they're not going to hurt them. I don't mind senior dogs. Senior small dogs are never a problem, but Olivia is a Labrador. Labrador mix is something else, and she's highly reactive, highly aggressive. It's what we've learned. She has severe triggers, but that rescue was a big flop, and they just, oh my gosh. I'm not gonna get started on that, but the stuff with this rescue is horrible. I got all the screenshots to back up everything I'm saying, but it's just absolutely horrible. It's absolutely disgusting. But I posted screenshots at the beginning of this, so make sure you read them. But just another horrible excuse of a rescue. You do what you can, but you shouldn't overexert yourself, especially if you can't care for the vet care. I don't mind doing it because they are my fosters, but part of being a rescue and part of asking for fosters is you take care of it. But I just can't even get started on all this. It's ridiculous. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as usual, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. See you guys later.